Hello, hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Cantrip Breakers, in which we once again revisit the dark region of Mournveil, a gothic homebrew setting, I'll try and get my words out, full of ghouls, ghosts, witches, werewolves, and of course, vampires. But before we start, let's go around, meet the players and their characters. Arianna, would you like to go first?
Hi, yes, I'm Arianna, and I'm not in charge of the stream today, and that's why it starts so flawless. I hope. Thank you for noticing. I play Ayleen. She's a monk who spent her whole life in a monastery, but now she's with Hazel and Esther. We're going on an adventure, and I really don't want to die, even though I've got less than half my health left from last episode. So we'll see how that goes.
Elina.
You're muted?
You're muted. Oh, never mind. I take back the whole flawless stuff.
I always mute because I don't want to bother you with my stupid sounds. But okay. Hello, my name is Elina, and I'm playing as Esther, and she's a wood elf rogue. No, she's not a rogue. She's a ranger, actually. So she's
rogue, huh?
No, she's not a rogue. Exactly, rogue and ranger, almost the same. I'm quite a beginner at Dungeons and Dragons. This is my first character, really. But Esther is from the forest, from a tribe. She just got thrown out, and she's living her first time ever, seeing the world, big world, with eyes, without knowledge overall. So it's gonna be fun.
And Glosske.
Yes. I am playing Hazel van Dam. She is a halfling child rogue who is trying to make friends everywhere. She has abandonment issues and she wants nothing than have everyone as a friend. And she might have a little bit of an alcohol problem at this point. But who knows? We'll see.
The ripe old age of 12.
She's very young. Yeah, that's a problem.
And I'm Ed. I will be playing every other character that we come into contact with in this story, good and bad. And I'll be generally trying to bring this world to life as best as I can. On a personal note, for personal reasons, this might be a shorter stream today, but it is lovely to have all of you with us, and so good to have so many returning faces and so many new ones as well. Welcome if you are new. You might have noticed that in the middle of the screen, there is a donation bar. This is our Faith of the Gods bar. Essentially, whenever you donate to it, you slowly bring it up increment by increment until it reaches its full potential, at which point you cause something to happen in the episode. What is going to happen? The players don't know. It could be good, it could be bad. Being a gothic homebrew setting, it's usually bad, but you cause something to happen in the game that irrevocably changes what happens in the story, and usually takes things wildly out of control or reveals things about the characters and their backstory. So if you would like to have some impact on that, and if you would like to see what happens this episode, they're going into a harpy nest. Nothing can go wrong. The donation bar is right there. But I think that's everything. So without further ado, let's jump on in once more to the dark region of Mournveil in Chapter 2, Birds of a Feather. Waking up in your camp, the town of Everspire now firmly behind you, the three of you discuss your next move. Unsure of where your paths now led. Hazel, you wanted to continue the search for your parents. Ayleen, you wanted to visit the Monastery of Light to speak with the elders of your order. While Esther, you were happy simply to travel further with your new companions, further from your homeland in the Heartland Forest. And continuing along the road towards the Sunrise Peaks where the monastery was built, on the road you came upon a small caravan of carts, only recently recovered from an attack by harpies. Imploring you to assist them in their journey to Renoras, and to serve as protection against further attack, you agreed to accompany them north. And along the way, you got to know members of the caravan, particularly their leader, Pastor Gleeson, a travelling priest of Lathander, originally hailing from the town of Mournmount. And Mank, the caravan security, an elf with a particular interest in Esther. And stopping for the night, and as the group settled down to sleep, music started to fill your ears. The haunting sound of the harpies. Awakening and fighting off their charms, you did your best to prevent your companions being swept away into the skies, but as you fought, and Hazel, as you noticed a trinket hanging from Mank's satchel resembling an image from your past, one you could not quite place, one of the group, a furbolg called Bertie, was whisked away. And so deciding to enter the woods and seek him out, after failing to convince Mank to join you, you were suddenly caught in the shadow of a creature above, a giant harpy flying through the skies, the carrion mother. And as it disappears from view, and you find yourselves alone in the woods, what are you doing?
I'm continuing to walk as quick as I can because I know we're out of time. So-
Ester is walking behind as well.
I'm continuing to be pissed that we're going to the harpy's nest.
So, if everyone can make a stealth check for me, please.
Oh, okay. Is anyone in chat? No, nobody in chat is wishing us luck. Okay, this is bad.
Okay, bye.
No, this is bad.
got
There we go.
19.
I'll take the one
23.
for 90. Stealth. 14.
So you make your way through the woods, going deeper and deeper as the light around you gets darker, the moonlight above shadowed by the boughs and the leaves overhead, the twisting branches turning over one another and gripping themselves. And you continue on through the woods, on and deeper, until eventually you start to hear noises. Just echoing from the woods ahead.
Still want to go?
I would like move my hand on my fingers for them to not make a sound and not speak right now. And just like keep on moving. If they are silent. They listen.
Yeah.
So you continue on deeper into the woods until eventually you start to see moonlight. And as you step forward, you see what looks to be an elevated rock platform surrounded by a wide open clearing, almost perfectly spherical. And hunkering down behind some bushes, you look at the clearing. It is not natural. It is a large circle, and you see that all of the trees within it have been smashed back and crunched down to the ground and lie scattered on the floor in giant splinters. And you see that all of these have been gathered up together on top of this small rocky mound in the shape of a giant nest. And all around its edge, you see harpies, these winged women with emaciated rib cages just standing on top of the edges, screeching at one another and occasionally lashing out and biting. And in its center, towering above the ground, you see a shape coming out of the nest. It is made of wood and mud and stone, and it is a crude statue of a vulture. It stands with great talons and wings outstretched, and you see that these rough wooden wings are adorned with dead birds and bones clinking in the wind. And where the eyes should be, there are instead two burning red coals, and the harpies gather all around this, bowing and shrieking and screeching and crying to the sky. And as you step forward and look beyond, you see that within the nest, around the feet of the harpies, there are bodies.
Like, are they dead? Or...
Make a perception check.
Oh, God. 5. I don't see shit.
You see nothing as the creatures just stand there looking at one another, and you see the one from earlier that carried Bertie looking a little more wounded than the others. There are probably around 5 in total, but one of these harpies, much like the one you encountered earlier, is larger than the others, standing almost a foot taller, with large wings and a bow strung over one of their arms, just looking around, and you can see that sort of portions of their skin are folded back into this weird scaly skin with feathers just puncturing out of the skin as it just looks around at the other creatures, just but they stand there around the nest, otherwise unmoving.
Hazel, Esther, does any of you see? I can't see so well. Do any of you see
Yeah, I can try.
the guy that we're looking for?
Yeah.
Birdie? Can we roll for
Roll to try to find
Yeah,
the
roll.
Perception
the
or-
furball. The
Perception,
furball,
yeah.
right? Yeah. 15.
9?
So, Hazel, you are a little short to see over the top of the nest as you just look, and even Jerry just pops up under your shoulder and just tries to look for you. But Esther, as you look out, you are used to woods at night. You are used to moving through them with little to no light, accompanied only by the moon. And as you look, and you look at the creatures around the edge of the nest, and you take a look at the bodies, you see 3 individuals that you do not recognize. 2 pale-skinned humans and a young child lying next to them. But a stone's throw away from them, also in the nest, you see Bertie. And as you focus in, you see the soft rise and fall of his chest. He is breathing. But as you stand there watching, you start to hear snippets of their conversation. The others! New interlopers! Ones with blades and arrows and weapons! Now word not followed. Nay, my sister, nay. And they just continue talking amongst themselves, pecking at the ground as their victims just lie in the nest, unconscious, but seemingly alive.
I see him. I see Bertie. I see him.
Where?
He's over there in the. I see him far away.
Is he alive?
He's breathing. So he's up.
Is he close to the harpies?
Yeah, he's behind there. And this I see there's others too. I see 3 people. I see a tiny kid.
A
Child?
Yeah, a child. Should we do something? Should we?
Yeah, can we go around? Or can we get closer, you think?
I don't know.
I would say, looking around, you can see that the land around the nest is fairly open. There are very few places to hide, save for the trees around the edge of the clearing themselves. You can see that the rocky sort of mound that the nest is on, there are a couple of sort of rocky overhangs that you could probably hide underneath, but the moment that you're out in the open, they'll probably see you.
Can we create a distraction or something?
Well, I think the problem is that if we are the distraction,
We
they
don't want to
will-
fight. Yeah.
Well, it's not about fighting. I think that it's about the control. Like they make you see things that you can't do anything about.
How about we put their nest on fire?
But then we also burn the children. The child.
That's a good point.
Maybe we could make a distraction with rocks. Maybe your arrows, Esther. Maybe you could like shoot an arrow somewhere away and then.
You could.
Fire arrow.
Fire.
But just make sure. Maybe a fire close by. No, that's dangerous for the animals. I wish Ophelia was still here. She could do these illusion things.
Yeah, magic would have been nice by now.
Don't you guys know any magic?
Nothing.
No.
Really nothing.
I don't know. Yeah, a distraction, I guess. Else we'd have to fight. And I don't know if that big thing is coming here soon or not. But I don't think it's safe. Esther, what do you think?
How many are they?
I don't know. I couldn't see.
So Esther, so glancing round the tree, you count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the wounded one 5 in total.
Okay, so they're 5. That's not too many though, is it?
Where's Mac?
One. He sat
Mac's
behind.
not coming. He's
Yeah.
not coming.
Maybe he knew magic.
All right, fight or distract. What do you guys think is smart?
We could try to distract, and at the worst, we could fight, I guess.
Okay, but if the big thing is coming, we're all running. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Hazel, you okay with this?
I wasn't okay with this in the first place, but I guess
Sure.
I can run.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try to distract. You're the only one who has anything with range, Esther.
Yeah, I guess I have to shoot something, right?
But wait, let me
Should-
try to get closer. I'll get closer and got distracted by my mother. Sorry. I'm not used to
Mom.
people around me. I'll get closer, and when I'm close enough, then you make sure that they get as far away as possible. I'll try to get the child, and maybe Hazel, you could get the guy that we're here for.
Bertie?
Yeah.
Okay. You expect me to carry Bertie? Bertie's a furbolg.
Well, I don't know how wounded he is. Do you want me to get him? You can get the child.
I'll get the child. That's a better
Okay.
idea.
Let's go. And then I would start moving towards the thing as stealthily as possible.
Should I? I'm whispering, kind of whispering now. Should I put something on fire, or what should I do?
Yes, do it.
Okay.
I keep walking.
So, Ayleen, can you make a stealth check? And Esther and Hazel, what are you doing?
Esther, I guess, tries to use her. I guess try to put something on fire. Takes a piece of clothing or something from her.
Okay.
I rolled
So-
an 18.
Okay, so Esther, as you rip off a bit of cloth and just start to wrap it round the tip of your arrow, Ayleen, you sneak forward, moving through the most shadowed portions of the clearing until you push yourself against the edge of this large rock upon which the nest sits above you. And you can hear their voices above you, just... She's coming! As you just back against it. And Esther, you continue tying and wrapping the cloth. Hazel, are you doing anything?
What'd she do? She would be amazed by Eileen's stealth level. I think I'd just stare at Eileen like, huh? I didn't know she could do that. I would hide as well.
Okay, so if you can make a stealth check for me as well, please. And Esther.
18.
As Hazel disappears behind a tree and as Ayleen disappears underneath the rocky outcropping, you finish tying the knot around your arrow. And grabbing some flint, you just... and it quickly sparks to life, causing the rag at the end of the arrow to just... Where are you firing it?
I think I would fire it not too far away, but kind of maybe in a tree. I'd assume a bit to the side, away, slightly behind.
Okay, so...
yeah.
Cool. Okay, so as you bring the arrow up, the orange light causing shadows to just ripple across your face, you just stand in the shadows of the tree and then just... and it flies across the clearing, over and past the moon, before landing on the other side of the clearing. And for a moment there is nothing. And then you all hear a soft and you see the lead harpy just and turn around in the direction of the trees and just no, Sid, that was not followed. We promise on the head of the carrion mother. And the leader just turns around. Find them! And 3 of the harpies just and begin to take off in the direction of the burning tree, leaving only the leader and the one that you fought earlier, still wounded. Just, you can see she is limping ever so slightly on the edge of the nest and just moving around. But 3 of them are now gone, leaving only 2 behind.
Oh, shit. Like, how far away from who we are trying to get? I keep forgetting his name. Bertie?
Bertie. Okay, well,
Bertie.
I will bring up.
Oh no, that means bad news. That means fighting.
Oh God.
I mean, you've done a very good job so far. So let me just. Sorry, I just need to. There we go. Right, so Ayleen is. Oh. Let me just bring it up. Okay, so. So this is what it looks like at the moment. Ayleen, you are, and I will say, Ester and Hazel are probably over there in the corner near to the tree. But there is only 1 leader and 1 harpy left. And you can see the 4 bodies just lying in the center of the nest, just breathing, as a soft orangey glow comes from the other side of the clearing.
Are the harpies looking at the other side?
Make a perception check.
Fork 5 again.
Against the rock and looking up, you can just about make out the wing of the wounded one, but beyond that, you see nothing.
There's no way I can get there without. I'm gonna try. This is super stupid, but I'm gonna try to slowly, sneakily stealth up to the nearest harpy and snap its neck.
Okay, so if you can
Silently.
make a stealth check for me.
I'm now a ninja.
And Ester and Hazel, what are you doing? Ester, did you just cast Hunter's Mark on one of the creatures?
Wow, I must have misclicked.
I mean, you can if you would like.
Wait,
No, don't do it.
It works. All of a sudden, my okay. So I was checking D&D Beyond. That was
Okay.
why, and it just happened. Yeah.
I stealth roll 22.
So, Hazel and Esther, you watch as slowly bringing her hand up over the rock and just pulling herself up, Ayleen just slowly moves forward, her brown robes tracing along the grass behind her as she just moves forward. And looking up, Ayleen, you see that the lead harpy is looking in the direction of the burning tree, just and the one that is wounded already has its back to you and is just biting at its wing and just pulling out a couple of stray feathers. You can attack with advantage.
I'm gonna try to snap his neck, so that's an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Oh, with advantage. I can
With
roll twice.
advantage?
Okay. 12.
That just hits, so you can
Oh,
roll for
thank
damage.
God. A 9 damage.
9 damage, okay. Right. Let me just figure that out. Okay. So you reach over the creature's shoulders and just grabbing either side of its head, and you feel this underneath, but the creature just and sort of begins to just flap its wings, and for a moment you're almost thrown back as it almost seems to be trying to take off into the air once more, but it spasms a little bit as its neck just clicks again and it falls to the ground. It is looking very bad, but can everyone roll for initiative, please?
But wait, don't I have a bonus action?
Not yet, unfortunately, because
Shit.
we're not in combat.
I fucked up. I'm so sorry.
So,
That's a nat 20 for me with 23.
okay, lovely. So let's put some battle music on and get some initiative going. So,
12.
It's okay, guys. I'm probably the first one, so maybe I could finish him. And then it's silent.
okay,
Do
so
it.
we've got Ayleen, then we have Harpy, then we have Ester and Hazel, then... Okay, so it's Ayleen, then it is the Harpies, then it is Ester, then Hazel, and then it is the Harpy Alpha. So, Ayleen, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Well, finish the job. So, I would like to snap it the other direction.
Okay, go for it. Roll to attack. No advantage this time because it's not surprise.
It's 11.
No!
11 hits exactly.
Oh
So
my
roll for
God!
damage.
Yes.
Oh my God. 5.
5. Okay, you have another attack though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so roll to attack if you would like to.
Oh, no! An 8.
But you have your bonus action as well, right? Am I correct or I can't remember.
Actually, yeah, I could use the key point for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
To do 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay.
Am I allowed to make 2 strikes? Attacks per action, 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can attack 4 times? Okay. I rolled a 22.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Oh, I'm snapping it back the other direction. 8.
Okay. It's still just standing. Very just, though.
Other direction again. 13.
Yep.
7.
So as you
Jesus.
just reach forward, and Hazel and Esther, you just watch as almost like twisting a salt shaker. Ayleen is just go, as this creature just until eventually there is a resounding just echoes around the clearing, and the creature falls down dead in front of you, its wings flopping onto the ground and its head just turned backwards. At this, you see the Harpy Alpha just turn and
Oh no.
and in the on the other side of the clearing, you hear 3 more cries come up behind her. Just and you see them beginning to and fly in your direction. They don't get to you yet, however. So, Esther, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Oh my God. I say, oh shit, and I start moving closer to the people over by the, I don't know, in the nest.
Okay.
Is it annoying or is it just straight ahead like this? Maybe there.
Yep, I'll say make an athletics check to see
Yeah.
how you climb up the rock.
Acrobatics. Where's athletics? There. 11.
So you run towards it, and your foot slips a little bit as you get up, but you are able to climb to the top of it, your bow ready, as you see the 4 individuals lying on the nest in front of you, as well as the dead Harpy in front of Ayleen, and the leader just beginning to raise her wings and just beginning to bristle a little bit as she looks in Ayleen and then your direction. What would you like to do?
So I think it's time, actually. I'm gonna do this. I think do I attack first maybe and then do my newly acquired?
So the Hunter's Mark you can do as a bonus action first,
Yeah.
and then any attacks after that will get bonus
Okay.
damage.
Okay, then we do that then.
Okay.
I will cast the Hunter's Mark on the big birdie.
Okay.
Yeah. There.
Okay, sweet. So you can make your attack.
Yeah. See here. See here. Found 6. First one.
Misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, of course. 15.
That hits. Roll for
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah. 9. Try to aim for her head, I guess.
And is that including the extra damage from Hunter's Mark as well? Or...
Probably not. I'm not
No.
sure how to work with that.
So I think you can just roll, I think it's 1d8, I think.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
1d6 it says.
Okay, sure thing.
Like that?
+4, yeah.
Plus
Yep.
4. Yeah, plus
There we
4.
go. Amazing. So, Ayleen, you watch as Esther clambers over the rock and throwing her hand out in the direction of the harpy. You watch as this strange aura seems to just emanate around the silhouette of this creature. You see it glowing an almost leaf green as it just... And then one arrow flies past the creature and the other lands into its wing and it just... As Esther just begins to reload. Are you doing anything else on your turn, Esther?
No.
Nope. Okay, so Hazel, as you stand watching from below, what are you doing?
I look at Ayleen like, is it time to run now? Do I see something in her face? Like, does she look like determined, or what do I see?
I'm not looking back at you.
Here we go then.
Sorry.
I climb up. Wait, where am I? Oh
See,
god, I'm all the way down here. Wait.
you are-
Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use my double dash action, and I just want to see if these people are okay. Because I
make a
can't reach
medicine check
anything.
for me.
Medicine. Where are you? 6. They're all
6.
dead. That's
Looking
a pity.
around, like it is hard to tell for at least the adults. They're quite a bit bigger than you and they have a lot of weight on them. But looking in the direction of the child, lying on the ground with messy brown hair in front of their face, they seem to be breathing.
Good. All of them?
You can only tell that the child is, but it's hard to tell for the other 3.
Okay. I'll just stay with them for now.
Okay, so it is now the alpha's turn. So the alpha is going to fly towards you, Ayleen, and is going to try and attack you. So that will be that'll be a 24 to hit.
I don't know.
And that will be 11 points of damage. That's that's a 9 to hit, which I believe misses,
Yes.
and that's 21 to hit,
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
and that's 5 points of slashing damage as it just flies down in front of you and desecrating the sanctity of the carrion mother, and these claw marks just scratch across your abdomen as your rags just go into tatters, and you stagger back a little bit as she just starts to move higher above you, her spine just moving in the breeze as she just starts to move above you. It is now your turn, Ayleen. What would you like to do?
I'm falling back. Down. Not falling, but like I'm falling back.
She will get an attack of opportunity on you if you step back, so she will
Oh
be able to
shit.
attack you.
Okay, I'll take that back. First of all, I'll turn to Hazel. And I'll shout, Hazel, get them out of here! Like, not specifying who, but just... And then
Like
I
all of
will...
them?
Yeah, just do whatever you want. I'll try to stun her.
Okay.
When you hit with a melee weapon attack, you can spend 1 key point to make the target stunned until the end of your next turn.
Okay, so if
It
you make
fails
an
a con saving throw.
Okay. So if you make an attack roll in that case,
A 8.
that misses, unfortunately.
No.
But you have other attacks, so you.
I have 1 more attack then, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah. 13!
That hits. So
Yeah!
roll for damage, and I'll roll my Constitution saving throw. That's a 6, so I believe I fail.
Yeah, you needed a 13.
Okay.
And
so,
I rolled 4 damage.
Okay, lovely. So as you just bring your fist round once and it dodges, and then sort of using that one as a distraction, you just bring your palm round and just slam into the side of this creature's ribs. You see as its joints just stiffen and it just stands there over you, its claws inches away from your face as it just snarls, and you can see drool just dripping down from its mouth. Are you doing anything else at all?
Yes. I take it that I cannot take this child out now, right? No, that's a bit too much for one thing.
No, but you can move away from the harpy now if you
All
want.
right. In that case, I'll move behind Ester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So, it is now the harpy's turn. So, let me just bring them in. So they fly in from over in the distance, flying, and the burning tree just causing their silhouettes to just shudder across the ground, their shadows flickering against the grass as they fly forward. 1, 2, and 3. They haven't reached you yet, but they are getting closer. Ester, it is your go. What would you like to do?
I start thinking about what we should do now. Should we? Hey, so you should try to see if any of them can move. I scream over, just like that.
They look dead to me. They're breathing, but
Yeah, I know. Birthday. We need to get birthday at least. The rest, the kid. Maybe the kid. Maybe we can take the kid and run. I'm not sure. Should we just run away? I don't think we can.
should we carry them?
Maybe.
Carry them? I mean, it's a furbolg. They're heavy.
Can he walk? Can you try to wake him up somehow?
I don't have anything. I mean, I can try to feed them some rum, but I don't know if that will help.
Yeah, I go closer. I guess I go closer there, and I start poking at the big furbolg thingy. Furbolg.
Okay, so if you can, there's not really a poking check. Make a
Yeah.
make a medicine check, I'll say, to see if you can wake him.
20.
You just look down, and you've seen people in shock before, and this is what has happened to Bertie. As you just look towards him and just sort of putting your hand underneath his chin, you just sort of shake him a little bit, and his very large eyes just... What happened? Where am I?
You're in the eye of the storm, my friend. We need to get out of here right now. There's not. We can chat, really, you know.
And he looks over your shoulder and just sees the frozen figure of the harpy just next to you all. He just okay, and he looks over and sees the individuals around him and just instinctively reaches out and grabs the child and just picks him up and puts him over his shoulder. Are you doing anything else on your turn, Ester?
Oh my god. I guess that's I shoot away my arrows. at the big thing yet to try to cripple him a little bit.
Okay, sure thing. Roll to attack.
This big old bastard. Come on. 23?
That
Plus
hits. Roll for damage.
10. Do I roll extra as well?
So I think it should automatically calculate it, but yes, also
Yes,
roll
5.
your...
There we go. 5 plus 3. I guess.
Amazing. So...
Do I go one more time?
Yes, yeah, you
Well,
can go
right?
one more time.
Now! Okay, 6. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so you let loose your arrow and it flies into the creature's chest, and you hear a crack as the sternum just gives and the arrow just stays there, and you hear this silent scream come from the creatures. It just... But you start to back away, loading your arrows once more. Hazel, it is your turn as Bertie bends down and scoops up the child on the ground. What are you doing?
I'm torn. I guess I'll just try to help these people up.
Okay, sure thing. So if you make a medicine check as well, see if you can wake them from their slumber.
Come on.
6.
No!
So you walk over and sort of looking at what Esther was doing, you just sort of almost get confused between Esther and Eileen's approach as you just reach down and grab one of the heads and just start shaking a little bit. And you swear you hear a little bit of that in one of the necks as you just, come on, wake up, as it just on the ground. Are you doing anything else at all?
No, just doing my best.
Okay.
Accidentally murders them.
So the alpha is going to try and succeed a wisdom constitution. Or does it just... Sorry, does it just end the stun? I always forget.
Make a target stunned until the end of your next turn.
Oh, okay. So
after me, then.
Yes. So it is now your turn. What would you like
Alright.
to do?
I am going to use something special right now.
Okay.
I'm going to place my hands on myself and start channeling my inner key to get 18 health points back.
Okay.
As an action.
So standing still, you just press your hands against your chest and closing your eyes, you feel the world around you. You feel the grass and the earth underneath your feet. You feel the trees and the leaves around you, broken though they may be and grey and twisted as they are, but there is life in them. And you feel the connection with that life as slowly you feel breath returning to your body and you feel strength returning to your joints as you just click your knuckles and open your eyes. You're feeling much better. Is there anywhere that you would like to go before the end of your turn?
Yeah, I want to climb back up to help out.
Sure thing. So, rushing forward towards Esther and Hazel, the harpies are now going to fly in. So, 1 to Hazel, 1 to Esther, and 1 to Ayleen as they just fly down from the sky and try to attack you. So one's going to try and attack Hazel first. That's a miss. That's also a miss. The one's going to try and attack Ayleen. That's a miss. Okay, I'm going to use a different dice.
No,
No!
keep it.
That's also a miss. And the one that's going to try and attack Esther, that's a 15. Does that hit?
I don't know. How do I see?
So what's your armor class?
Oh, yeah, it hits. It hits.
That hits. Okay, so that will be 6 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
And it's going to try and attack you again with a natural 1. So as they fly down, all of you just ducking and weaving as they come down in a whirlwind of feathers, just flying all around you, just trying to grab at you, and you are all just dodging and ducking. And Ayleen, at one point you reach out to Hazel and push her down, and all of you are just using one another's momentum to just try and dodge these creatures. Ester, it is your go as the creatures fly around you. What would you like to do?
Okay, should we try to bail out, or should we get this thing, guys?
What? Oh,
Should we run? Should we run, or should we try to get these stupid birds gone? Dead?
Too late for running. We need to fight.
Okay then. Okay. I still got my thing on the big one, so I'm gonna keep shooting at that one. So yeah. Can I move away from this harpy thingy without?
You can, but it will be able to attack you as you move away, so it will get a free attack.
Stupid bird. No, I'll shoot the big one instead. I'll just try to ignore that.
Okay.
'Cause I still have that.
Okay, sure thing.
Let's see here. And 16.
That hits. Roll for damage.
7.
7. Okay.
And no, okay. I guess just a 7.
So you just bring 2 arrows out, and one of them just hits the creature as it is slowly beginning to move again after Eileen's stunning effect on it is beginning to wear off. And it takes the first one and just and begins to slowly walk towards you. Is there anything else that you're doing on your turn, Ester?
I don't think there's a lot.
Oh, don't forget to roll your extra damage. So roll your extra d6. For your hunter's mark.
4. There we go.
Lovely. Okay. Lovely. Okay. So Hazel, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Wait, was the nat 20 that you rolled also on the big one earlier?
It was. I doubled the dice.
So no extra damage then.
There
Oh,
was.
that you did that. Okay.
Yeah. So Hazel, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm a little panicked. There's so much going on right now. I don't want to die yet. Ayleen, why did we go here? I reach into my pocket and I take out a bit of dust and I blow it and cast sleep.
Oh.
Okay.
Shit. Wait, I'm right next to you, friend.
I'm panicked. I don't know if it affects you. I don't care.
Oh God.
I'm gonna roll sleep. But I've only did this one time before. I have to roll. This spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect.
Okay.
In a radius of 20. So that's the 3 small ones.
Yes. Yeah.
But it does not affect my
Or you
friends.
can choose. You can choose.
Yeah.
Are you sleepy, Ayleen? No. She's not.
Whoa!
I'll roll 5d8. 29.
So as the creatures just fly in front of you, the one that is closest to you, Hazel, just suddenly just and just flies down to the ground and falls completely asleep. So the one in front of you is, to all intents and purposes, unconscious.
Do I have a bonus action if I use my... No, that's only dual wielding, right? That I can use my dagger.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Okay. So with one of the harpies asleep, are you doing anything else at all?
I'll just look angry at Ayleen. What did you get us into?
Wow.
Okay, so it is now the alpha's turn. So it's angry at you, Ester. So it's going to move forward and it's going to try and attack you at advantage because you're flanked. Nope, that doesn't hit. Neither does that. I'm rolling very poorly. That hits with a 19.
Oh my god.
So that will be 11 points of slashing damage as it just brings its claw down and just scratches across your arm, and you feel the pain flare up, but the creature is still kind of shaking off the effects from Ayleen's earlier attack on it. That is all it can do. Top of the round, Ayleen, it is your turn.
Okay, so seeing all the harpies being asleep, and we only have the big one left, right?
So there's the two next to you and the large one, yeah.
They're awake.
Oh, there's only one sleeping.
The only one
Yes,
is
Oh,
sleeping.
okay. All right. In that case, I would turn to the one closest to me, so like below me, and use my foot to kick it away as hard as I can.
Sure thing.
I rolled a 9 for that. Does that hit?
That doesn't hit, I'm afraid, but you have another attack.
19.
19, that hits. Roll for damage.
6.
6 points of damage, okay. And do you want to do anything else at all on your turn?
Yeah, I'll do an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Sure thing.
21.
That hits. Roll for damage.
5.
Damn.
5. Okay. You just bring your limbs round and just as this creature just that is all you can do. Yep. Okay. So it is now the harpy's turn. So they're going to miss you again. The one that's next to Hazel is asleep. So yeah. That one hits you, Esther, with 19, so that will be 7 points of slashing damage as it just brings its claws round. It is your turn, Esther, as you just bring up your hand to defend your face and the claws just across and you just... But you are all surrounded now. What are you doing?
It's looking bad for me. I need help. I'm in a tight spot. I don't know what to do really now. Let's see here. I don't think I can get away either. That's the problem. I got both of these motherfuckers. Can't do a lot. I just have to take it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to get the big one again.
Okay, sure thing.
Just keep going. Let's see here. 19.
That hits. Roll for damage.
4.
Okay. And remember to roll the additional 1d6 as well.
4. Wait, roll 1d6 plus 2, so that's 6 on that one. And then I
Okay.
got 16
Yep.
on my second attack, and that's 8.
8. Okay. Let me just do the math. There we go. And sorry, because I forgot earlier, can you also roll a concentration, so a constitution saving throw for me, just to see if you keep your spell up?
Yeah, 19. 19. Let's
19.
go.
Yep, no, that's absolutely fine. So, Hazel, it is your go as Esther continues to fire arrows into the creature moving closer. And it is looking quite a bit, it's looking very, very damaged as it moves forward. What would you like to do?
I like to flank this one.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Ayleen was attacking. I think is that one, right?
Yep.
I need help.
And what do I do? Call upon the thunder. Booming
Okay.
blade.
Okay.
Short sword. 27. Well, that's a
Oh
hit.
my god, yes, that hits.
That hits with an 11.
Okay.
Plus 4. 15 in total.
Okay. And you have another attack?
Dagger incoming.
Okay.
I'm a little bit confused about what's going on because I just see a bundle of feathers in front of me. So I'll just try just to stick my dagger somewhere. I don't know. 14.
14, that hits. Roll for damage.
6.
Okay, so you just watch from the other side, Ayleen, as almost a blur of dark hair and a small little sort of rodent on her shoulder as Hazel just rushes round the other side of the harpy in front of you, and there is a as thunder just flies out from the initial attack. And then as the creature just, as feathers fly everywhere, there is a final, and you just see the creature just and fall down in front of you dead as Hazel just stands there wiping the blade against. There are only 2 harpies left. Are you doing anything else, Hazel?
I wave at Ayleen. Hi.
Nice.
So it is the alpha's turn. So the alpha is again going to try and attack you, Ester. So both of those miss. Okay. That one hits with a 22. So that will be 6 points of slashing damage. And one final attack. That will be another 22. And that will be 5 points of slashing damage as the creature just sort of seeing its sisters falling all around it, just and just moves forward, slashing out wildly with its claws. That is all it can do. So Ayleen, it is your go.
All right. I'll wave back at Hazel. That's the first thing I do. And then I'll turn to the one right next to Ester.
Mm-hmm.
And I would kick it in the crotch.
Okay, sure thing. You have advantage on the crotch kick because
nice. I love that. Oh, oops. Excuse me. There we go. I rolled a 19.
That hits. Roll for damage.
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
And then I roll a 25.
Okay.
For 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
And then I roll
Jesus.
23.
Wow.
Okay.
For 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. As you bring your foot up into its feathered crotch, and feathers just fly everywhere, and then it's followed by a further 2 unarmed strikes. You can see the creature just bloodied and beaten as it starts to look a little bit panicked, especially as it looks in the direction of the leader, who is looking very, very bad. Is there anything else that you want to do on your turn, Ayleen?
Yeah. I'm actually going to spend another key.
Okay.
To do another attack. So like the key was for the right? Yeah. After you take an attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strike as a bonus action. So I have 1 more.
Okay, go for it.
So that would be a 17.
Yep, that hits. Roll for damage.
And that's 4 damage.
Okay, it's looking real bad. So it's now the harpy's turn. The harpy is not happy at this, so it's going to try and attack you, Ayleen. So that will be a 9, which doesn't hit, and then it's going to try and attack with its wings. That's a 16 to hit. That hits. Okay,
Yeah.
So that'll be 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it just brings its claws round and you dodge, only for its wing to just clip you in the back of the head. And for a moment, you can feel your vision just go a little bit blurry before shaking it off and seeing the creature just looking at you. Just Ester, it is your turn. As you see this harpy just battered next to you, what would you like to do? Oh, you're muted.
I'm just as battered right now because I've got like 1 hit point left, but I guess like I'm so close. So I'll just go for it again.
Okay.
Whoa, fun. Yeah, that's it. One
Okay.
more time. 14. I hope that
hits. Roll for damage plus your 1d6.
5 plus. Oh, that's nice.
Okay. How would you like to dispatch of the leader, Esther?
Just pierce that stupid bird in the head through his forehead.
There is a satisfying as just echoes throughout the clearing as the creature just falls down against the edge of the nest, leaving only one very, very panicked looking harpy standing in front of you. Hazel, it is your go. What would you like to do?
I would walk up to the harpy that's standing right in front of Esther.
Mm-hmm.
We don't notice that she is like dying, right? Is she like? Are you like? There's no blood. I'm good.
I'm most likely bleeding from my arms and my face a lot, but
A lot.
I'm standing. Kind
Yeah,
of
you're
like.
keeping strong. Okay. Yeah, I would call upon the thunder, booming blade.
Okay,
Let's see. 14.
that hits. Roll for damage.
9 plus.
Nice.
7. He's still standing, right?
No. As you stab forward, and there is a, and you see bits of the nest just fly outwards as the creature you have to duck, Esther, as the creature just flies past all of you, rolling across the clearing until finally just landing on the other side. Everything is quiet as the harpy, only remaining, is still asleep in front of you, just lying on the nest. And you see Bertie standing there with the child on his shoulder, just sort of still looking around. And looking at all of you, he just... Thank you. Are the others all right? Pastor Gleason?
Yeah, they're
okay.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. We don't know how much time we have. We have to go.
Okay,
We're
and
not gonna kill the last one?
I don't think that's a smart idea.
Okay, can I loot the boss at least?
Yeah, I go for some talents. on
Okay,
the-
and in the meantime,
all.
I'm trying to get everyone off the platform.
So if you can make either a medicine check or a strength check, either to wake them up or carry them, Ayleen.
I'll try to wake them up first.
And Esther and Hazel, can you both make investigation checks for me to see what you're able to glean from these bodies?
I
Oh,
rolled 19. I think I'm
okay.
good.
Yeah, you're able to wake both of these individuals in front of you up, Ayleen. And as you wake them, you just sort of very quickly like fill them in on the situation, and they begin to stand, and they panically begin looking for their child before seeing Bertie just by the clearing, just moving with the child on his shoulder. And so they too begin to run off in the direction with a curt nod in your direction. Esther, you sort of are trying to like pluck some of the talons from the
Can't I
creatures.
roll nature instead? Because
Go on. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Fun. That was also bad. But yeah.
You
okay, it's bad then.
try and pull a little bit, and one of the talons like
Yeah.
just comes out and breaks in your hand. But you have the end, which is remarkably sharp, actually. You could probably fashion it into something you imagine. As for yourself, Hazel, as you're looking over the body of the creature that lies in front of you, you see that covering its body there is leather armor, and as you're sort of looking over it, it doesn't really have much in the way of worldly belongings, but you do notice that its shoulder pad is made of a very, very ornate and beautiful looking metal. It looks as though it probably wasn't fashioned by the harpies, but was probably stolen.
Stolen goods.
Yeah.
I take it.
So you take it and popping it into your satchel. Ayleen, you're looking around as you take in your friends looting or breaking off bits of talon. And then from the skies in the distance, you just hear just in the distance, and loud.
Oh no.
Okay, now we run, guys.
Run, guys, run.
Yeah, now we just run. I'm about to faint, guys. We need
Double
to go.
dash, bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if everyone can make athletics checks for me as you rush back into the woods.
15.
Sorry, what do we need to do? Because my internet glitched out.
Athletics.
Athletics.
19.
You run into the woods, and as you do so, moving away from the clearing and deeper into the dark, deep foliage, you hear a as something in the distance lands. And for a moment, Ester, you just turn over your shoulder and look in the direction of the clearing, and you see this large harpy with its wings, almost like bat wings, just moving across the ground as it just and is just moving around the clearing and seems to just be looking down at its fallen sisters, just pushing them around. And then and it echoes out into the skies as you continue running and running and running. And all is quiet as you rush through the woods. The harpies and the carrion mother now long behind you. And Hazel, as you continue running through the woods, eventually in the distance through the trees, you start to see a familiar face. Leaning against a log, you see Mank there, just polishing some of his arrows and looking up. Hey, you give up then?
We fought them all, and they all died. Not thanks to you, though.
Did you know?
Yes, we did. Look at all the blood.
And looking at you and the viscosity of the blood on you, and then seeing Ester and Ayleen, and then off a little way away, seeing Bertie and the three others in the distance. He just sort of frowns and then turns to you all. Well done. I guess that's gold well earned then.
Not for you.
Well, I still collect my share for taking them to Renoras.
I don't think so.
Definitely not.
No, you don't think so?
You're
You didn't protect them in the
useless.
first place.
Absolutely useless.
I'll protect myself. Shall we head back to camp then? Let them know the good news.
Yeah, we should move quickly.
Esther is about to faint, like, actually.
Oh.
Just standing there.
Do I notice that? I mean,
I would
it's right.
say she's probably not hiding it.
I would actually, like, if Esther allows it, I would actually, like, try to support her a little
Yes,
bit.
please. I'm like, almost like putting all my weight on you. Like,
Oh.
can we go, please?
Right, okay. You're right, Bertie. And Bertie just looks towards him and gives a thumbs up. And you can see that the parents have now taken their child and are just holding him close as they just look at these strange newcomers. And Bertie just puts a large arm around them and follows you all as you make your way back towards camp. And you continue through the woods. You continue for a while as Mank leads the way, his crossbow up just in case, and every so often you hear the echoes of cries and screams in the distance. But eventually, coming back to camp, you see the three carts lined up, and you see Pastor Gleason, and you see Ayleen, and you see Vera all stand as you approach, coming out of the trees, the rustling of bushes between your legs as you come out. And seeing Bertie emerge, Pastor Gleason just runs forward and hugs him around his waist. And we were so worried that we lost you, Bertie. It's fine. They had my back. And Mank just, yeah, all of us. I suggest that we potentially move on. I don't think these woods are safe, even at night.
No, we gotta go. I saw that there's a big one back there. I had time to see her stand there and look stupid. Yeah, before we ran. So we gotta go. She's coming.
It was Ester, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Mac.
You're in no position to walk, so I suggest get on one of the carts.
Please, yes.
All right. Okay. And as he's walking past you, Hazel, you just feel a little sort of soft punch on your shoulder, and Mank just not bad for a halfling.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
Right. Let's go. Let's find some cover. We can sleep then.
Should we go to the town?
It's going to be another day and a half until we get to Renoras. There are no other towns nearby. Might be worth asking those three. And he nods in the direction of the two parents and their son. Might be worth asking where they came from.
Oh yeah, there was a kid. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, you've been in a fight, so... Hey, Monk, good job. And he starts to move ahead of the group and jumping on top of the front cart. And the cart begins to move off in front.
Okay, who is in charge again?
Pastor Gleason.
Okay, I would go to Pastor Gleason. Like, can we talk for a second?
Yes, of course, Ayleen. Are you and your friends all right? Your elf friend seems somewhat the worse for wear.
Yeah, it was a rough fight. But that's not what I wanted to speak to you about. I wanted to speak to you about Mank. It was. I think.
Yes.
Right. I think it could be good to know that the one that you hired to protect you, tried to convince us to wait in the forest until it was long enough to go back and pretend that everyone was dead and that they tried to do everything they could. And he sat there while we continued alone without him. So I would not recommend keeping him around.
Make a persuasion check.
But it's true, Ed. Fork.
He just...
But sir.
He looks at you and just... Look, unfortunately, our journeys have not always been... It is not often that they are uneventful, and while, admittedly, trustworthy help is hard to come by, help is help, regardless. Look, I
understand that you would have not had your friend back.
I am not doubting a word of a member of the Order, but Mank has been invaluable in the journey thus far, regardless of what happened in those woods. And I trust him to, well, trust is perhaps the wrong word, but I trust his love of gold to try and keep as many of us alive as possible. And also, Ayleen, now that the three of you are here, you're here to keep him in check and on his best behavior. So, but I appreciate your concern. I really do. But unfortunately, in Mournveil, one cannot be too picky.
It's not right.
Few things seldom are, I am afraid, child. Anyway, you have had a difficult night. I suggest you sit with your friends and rest while you can. But thank you. I truly do mean that. Thank you.
Of course.
And with that, he moves and goes and jumps on top of the cart that Mank currently drives. And you can see that Bertie is bringing the three individuals onto his own cart and bringing them onto the back and seating them around generally as the rest of you sort of Ester climbing or almost clambering and falling down onto the burlap sacks that sit on the back of the cart. What are the rest of you doing as the carts slowly begin to head off?
I want to talk to the kid.
Okay. So you walk over and you see Bertie just, right, feel free to cover yourselves in blankets and anything that will keep you warm. All right, you're okay now. And you see the child there. He's got sort of fairly dark skin and brown hair that flops around his face and sort of fairly simple clothes. But as he brings up a burlap sack over his shoulders, as he shivers a little bit, he sees you approach and just, oh, hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Wait, one question. Is he a human or?
He is, yes. Yeah. All of them are. Yeah.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. My head's a little foggy.
Well, you're alive, right? That was quite an adventure. Cool stories to tell later.
Yeah. Were you in the nest as well, or?
I rescued you.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, how old is he? Is he my age?
he's maybe like a little bit older than you are, but not by much.
I definitely rescued you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. My family would say that I owe you a life debt now.
No, that's fine. You can just pay me back in some bacon sometime. That would be nice. When we reach the town.
Well, where are we going?
Well, there's a town nearby, but it's like 1 day travel. So I guess we're gonna stop somewhere soon. I don't know. I don't know this area that well.
Okay. Well, and he looks towards his parents and, I don't know, we don't really have a home to go back to now. And the father just, Monty, it's okay. We'll rebuild. And looking towards you, Hazel, just, you say you saved our son's life.
And yours too.
And thank you. Means more than we can say.
That's okay. What happened to your home? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, and the mother just, we own a farm, a small farmstead, and earlier on tonight, there have always been stories of harpies, but then the father just nods, but it seems tonight they decided to strike. They killed a number of our cattle, and they broke the roof of our place and took our son, and we tried to fight, but we were taken too. We do not remember much, except for the singing.
Yeah, they sing really pretty. Such nasty creatures. It's gonna be all right.
You've come up against harpies before?
Well, not really. I mean, I know they're really pretty. They always, charm me. Just seeing my parents. Lost my parents long ago.
Oh, so and he points in the direction of the others. They aren't your parents?
Who?
The one who's bleeding and the blonde one.
Oh, no. I'm quite sure you need a man and a woman to make a kid.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, they're just my friends. Although, Ayleen is sometimes a mommy. A little bit.
Can I hear this?
No.
Okay.
The carts have set off by now, and they are sort of a fair distance from one another. But the kid just goes, what's your name?
My name's Hazel van Dam, from the sea. What's your name?
My name's Monty. Green, from the land.
'Cause you're a farmer. That's funny. I like you.
Oh,
Want to be friends?
I don't have a lot of friends.
I can be your best friend.
I mean, you saved my life. I don't know if I have much choice.
No, that's true. You don't have any choice. We're
Oh,
best friends
okay.
now.
Okay. I've never had a best friend before.
That's me. And I hug him really tight.
Oh, okay. And he just sort of places his arms around you and, like, just pats you a little bit awkwardly. And the journey continues on until eventually you come to a small farmstead. You see that there are small paddocks outside, fenced off, and inside you see cows. Cows that are lying on the ground with their rib cages torn open and entrails over the grass. And looking at this, and then at the three individuals who are with you, you see them just look and shake their heads as the father jumps off the back of the cart and moves towards the farmstead, looking at the roof and the walls, before turning back to all of you. The roof isn't quite complete, but if you need a place to stay, have a rest before you head off on the next leg of your journey, you are most welcome. We may even still have some food.
I think that. Thank you. Yes, I think we definitely need to put Esther down here somewhere.
Definitely.
Yes, and I would, and Mank, you see, is going to interrupt Pastor Gleason before Gleason just jumps off the cart, and yes, of course, if there's anything that any of us can do to help, a few of us, I know Bertie is very good with hammer and nail. We can see if we can do something about your roof as well. Well, thank you very much. That means a great deal. Please come in and make yourselves at home.
Is this really a good idea? Is it smarter to just keep on going and we just
We
take
can't
turns
continue that far.
sleeping on the cart? But I'm scared. I don't want to be here.
It's okay. It's okay. It's safe here.
Now
You
this
saw that
game's
creature. He's coming after us. We killed all his sisters. They're gonna kill us.
They don't know we're here. It's fine. We're safe.
Yeah,
I think they can smell us. We're all gonna die.
We travel quite far away from the forest where they
They
were.
can fly. They're fast. We're gonna be dead by the morning. I won't be able to eat my bacon.
Hazel, it's okay. And I would
Don't
try
worry.
to comfort her by putting an arm awkwardly on her shoulder.
Okay.
Awkward.
It's okay. Yeah, Ayleen doesn't really know how to do that, but she's trying. Okay, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. It's safe
Ayleen,
here.
What happened to you? I saw you fight. You
What do you
fight
mean?
different than before.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
Just
I was kind
developing.
of confused for a little bit. You kind of looked like a rogue when you were sneaking up on that harpy and snapped his neck. I was quite impressed.
It was smart.
It
was a
wasn't.
smart thing to do.
It was not smart.
It was.
It engaged.
You beat his ass.
Yeah, but not stealthily enough.
Yes.
Like you're stronger and quicker somehow.
Good job.
Well, that's just how the monastery has taught me to do it. There's nothing new about that. I guess we just never. I just was never in a situation like this before.
Well, I like it that you're. I like to have strong friends.
Which also means that we're gonna be safe tonight, okay?
Hope so. I hope you're right, Ayleen.
Why don't you go and hide somewhere? Find a nice little sleeping position. Maybe somewhere in the hay.
Is there a basement in this thing?
Looks like not. It looks like it is just one floor. There is no upstairs. There is only the ground floor with a number of tables around, though these you can see have been scattered. And you can see that as you approach, the father and the mother are slowly sort of pushing broken bits of furniture aside, and you can see that bits of the roof have caved in. But already Bertie is beginning to get up on a chair and start to sort of prop these up as best as he can, especially using the bits of furniture around, but there is just the one floor.
Okay, I'll just sit with my new friend Monty then, wherever he is.
Okay. So Monty is sat to one side, and as you approach, you can hear the father and the mother muttering to one another as, she just goes, "How do you think we're going to afford to stay here? We'll be fine. We can call on Angelo and Knightley to help us out. They owe us some money, and we'll be able to buy some new cows. Okay?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they continue on sort of helping out around as the space slowly transforms around you, being pushed back, and you can see Mank hanging by the door, just leaning and looking out before surveying the horizon and looking back at you all. It looks as though he has no intention of falling asleep tonight, but he looks at each of you, and he looks once more in the direction of Ester before standing outside and closing the door behind him. But Monty sits next to you, Hazel, and slowly but surely begins to fall asleep, his shoulder eventually falling against yours as his head begins to bob down a little bit, until he's asleep, leaning against the wall. What are the rest of you doing as everyone slowly begins to go to sleep?
I want to wait till I see that Hazel and Esther are sleeping before I do anything. So
Esther, I think Esther goes out to talk to Mac because I think she's just curious still about his whereabouts or where he's from.
I would like to eavesdrop on that. So I'll stay kind of close to the door, but out of sight.
Okay, so make a perception check for me, Ayleen. And Hazel, are you doing anything?
Oh, not 20!
You hear
Nice.
everything of the following conversation. Hazel, are you doing anything at all?
Well, when he's sleeping on me, like, I'm just really awkward, but I don't move. I just stay there.
Jerry just kind of looks out and gives you a, like, are you okay? Just.
I don't know what's going on. This is really awkward.
Sort of skitters onto your shoulder and sort of burrows down in between your shoulder and his and just. And you see Monty just slowly just move to one side as his head just flop to one side, and you are no longer burdened with the weight of Monty just leaning
Thank
up
you,
against
Jerry.
you.
That's better. But I'll just stay close anyway because it's kind of comfortable in a way.
Okay. So as Hazel just leans back against the wall and Ayleen, you watch as Ester goes outside. Ester, Mank is currently leaning against one of the fences, looking at the cows that just lie on the ground, observing the now long dried blood on the ground, and just you see that he is cradling something in his hands. Small pendant in the shape of a sword with a blood red blade and a black hilt.
So what does that mean? That thing you got there?
This just a job, and he stuffs it back into his satchel.
A job? Like you're on different missions or at the same time or
Yeah, I'm on my way to Renoris for
Okay.
another job.
to do what? Just
Make
get
a-
more money?
Make a persuasion check.
Right. Where's persuasion? 12.
He looks at you and just... I have an employer there who uses me for odd jobs, but beyond that, strictly need to know.
And what would you need a pendant for then?
Found it.
You found it.
Yeah.
How?
It's my job to find things.
Okay. And what does that have to do with your job? Like finding a pendant? Job? So you're giving the pendant to someone,
Yeah.
right? Oh,
collecting.
that was the job. You were gonna take the pendant to someone, right? How'd you get it? Did you just murder someone for it?
Maybe I did.
Uh-huh.
You're very curious for someone who's almost dead.
I think I feel a little bit better now. You know, I got some sleeping time on the back there. But I'm gonna go back to bed soon. I was so curious about where you're from still. You'd never told me that.
No, you're right. I didn't.
No. So you know where I'm from, so it would be cool to know where you're from, maybe.
So how long have you been away from the Heartland Forest then?
Not a long time. It
No?
happened. No, it's just a couple months. Happened not too long ago. But not what happened. I didn't do. Yeah. So it was just a stupid mistake by me. But I want to know about you. Okay, tell me about you, please. It can't be that easy. Like for an elf, like to be alone, right? Usually, we're with other elves, right? It's not often we find people like ourselves around. Outside of our groups.
That's
Something must have happened for you to be so focused on success, right? Money.
you know, it's strange. Of all the people in Mournveil, if you have as long a memories as elves, not many people remember the time before.
No.
And I would wager that there are none alive who were actually present, but we have stories, don't we?
We do. So you don't have anyone? Is that what you're telling me? They're gone.
I have my employer.
Is he enough?
Yeah, he is actually.
Oh. Think I can meet him too? At some point? I've never met any other elves that is not from my tribe. Really? So
Make another persuasion check.
please. Please. 17. Let's go.
He just looks at you and you lot have proved somewhat useful.
I killed a harpy. I killed a giant. I killed a big harpy, okay? I can take care of myself. And I can do other stuff too, okay?
My employer does like people who can fend for themselves. And the three of you, I don't know.
Yeah, they're good too. We're all really strong. We've been doing lots of stuff. So.
You traveled with them a long time.
Not too long. We've been on we've been on maybe a month, maybe. We've been on the road together. Killed a giant.
You know what? I think he might be interested in meeting you.
Cool. I mean, we would have to talk to the others first. I'm not sure if they would even want to do that. They don't particularly like you, especially Ayleen.
I don't know. I think Hazel's probably coming around.
Yeah, maybe. She was quite disappointed with you, though. You left them. You left her. But you don't care, do you? No, you don't care. You don't care about that stuff. No, you don't.
No, I don't give a shit.
No. It's too bad. You must have gotten really hurt. Like I can't wait to hear about your stupid little backstory, because you're gonna be like, you're gonna be so sad, like you've been left alone by someone, you've been hurt, all of your friends are dead or something, and it's gonna be super nice to hear, and what explains why you're like this, like you're it's not even I've been thrown out by my family, all of them, and I'm fine still. I still have some care in the world for people. You
know what?
What?
Out of the two of us,
Mm-hmm.
at least I've chosen my own path. You were thrown out by people who loved you. That must suck. Anyway, I am going to go to sleep now.
It does suck. It does suck. Absolutely, it does suck. It sucks for you as well. You ended up this way. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you. I'm giving you a little bit of tough love, okay? Don't worry. I don't. It's not like that. There's a reason you're like this, and one day you'll be happy. Okay, don't worry. One day you'll be happy and realize that you can't get your hair back with money, but you will find someone that loves you for not having hair too. Okay, don't worry.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Yeah.
Sleep well. And as he walks past you, he just punches your arm, and you feel it.
One damage.
Yeah. You killed me, Mank.
But Mank heads back in, and as you sit there listening to all of this, Ayleen, hearing all of it perfectly, you hear his footsteps coming back towards the door, and you move back to allow him to pass in. And as he does so, he just leans against a nearby wall and falls asleep as Ester remains outside. Is anyone wanting to do anything before they go to sleep?
I'm going outside to Ester.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Ester?
Oh, you were listening. Okay.
What did you do?
So I feel like I can tell you guys a little bit more about it now. I was a little reluctant at first, because I don't know. I just didn't know. I didn't know if I wanted to tell anyone, and I'm ashamed of it myself. Because
Okay, but you do know, like, if you don't tell us, what will happen, right? You've seen it with Ophelia.
yeah, I kind of see that now. Yes, I have been running away from it myself as well. I've been doing the same thing. But I'm not running from my tribe per se. They don't like me because I accidentally got lured a big ass giant to my tribe.
I'm sorry, what?
I lured a giant into my tribe and I killed a lot of people. I don't know. I made the giant kill a lot of people, and it wasn't. I didn't do it by purpose. Okay. But I accidentally led the giant to my tribe, and a lot of people got murdered. And it just, and you can't do that in my tribe. Like, you can't do mistakes like that. You get thrown out for that, and then it was my fault, and that's why I'm here.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean, it's bad, but you're not. That's not your fault.
I killed my mentor. I killed the one I looked up to the most.
You did not kill anyone. The giant did that. You didn't do that. You're not a murderer.
I don't know. It was so stupid of me. I was so stupid, and I don't know. Just
I mean, you've learned from it, right?
I know, yeah, of course, but it's just the price was too high to learn this. It's too many of them died. Dude. It was my family. It was everything I knew.
I know.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to get over it. Don't worry, I'm fine.
And you're doing good things now. You're saving people.
I'm learning. Yeah, I'm learning. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't.
No,
I
it's fine. It's calm down.
I'm stopping.
not-
Okay.
It's okay. You should probably get some sleep.
Yeah, I need
It's
to.
okay. It's not that bad. It's fine.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'll try.
It's nothing you did. It was an accident. Go get some sleep, okay?
Okay, I'm going. I really.
That's fine.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Esther turns around and leave. She leaves.
Eileen's like sighing deeply. It's just like, oh, that wasn't it. Because like Ayleen thought that Esther like screwed up, but now she's like, she did nothing. It's fine.
So,
Yeah. Is anyone else awake still, or did everyone else go to bed?
I think everyone is asleep currently.
Right. Then I would like to do one more round to see if it's safe, and then go to bed myself.
Okay, make a perception check.
A 6.
You walk around the perimeter and you see nothing. And as you sort of are fairly assured by this, you walk back in, closing the door behind you. And as you sit down to go to sleep, you just do one quick glance around the room, and for a moment you almost swear that you see one of Mank's eyes just open, but then you look around and you see that it is closed. But other than that, nothing.
Okay.
So
I want to sit on my gold.
So you all go to sleep, and having a long rest, all of you
Yay.
get your hit points back and all your spell slots and everything. And as you wake, you see that the room is a bit quieter. You can see Monty and his parents off in one corner, and you can see that the father, who over the course of the next hour or so the parents introduce themselves as Lisa and Harold Green, as they start to cook up bacon and mushrooms and eggs, and they sort of continue to prepare that for you as you all wake up. As you all wake, Hazel, Faith of the Gods is going to kick in. As you just
Why me? Oh.
waking up, and you see everyone begin to stand and move in the direction of Lisa, Harold, and Monty as they hand out plates and food and drinks to everyone, and they're all gratefully received. You see Mank just push past you and just sort of cuff you round the ear softly, as affectionately as Mank can probably manage. But as he does so and looks down and nods, you see that wrapped around his wrist and between his knuckles, the same pendant that you saw the previous night. A red sword with a black handle. And as it passes you, suddenly you two watch as Hazel just falls backwards and onto the ground. And Hazel, your vision slowly begins to go black. And you hear a sound. It is the sound of waves against the hull of a ship. You are walking down into the hull. It is empty. The tables around you are empty, and sunlight streams in through the portholes. You walk forward. It is a dream you have had before, but as you walk through, you remember this has happened to you as you walk forward, walking deeper and deeper into the hull. You see crates stacked all around you. You see one. It is dark. It is covered in chains. Jerry is beside you. You walk forward and you unpick the lock, and the chains fall to either side. This lock in the shape of a bat. And as it opens, so too does its mouth, as it just... The chains fall, and you open up the crate. And inside there is a long item wrapped in cloth. And you pull it back. And you see that lying in front of you, a sword with a deep red blade that seems to shift and weave almost like oil in water, and its hilt is black, and it is in the shape of a bat with outstretched wings. It calls to you. You reach out and you take it, and the voices whisper in your head, yes, you want this, as you just bring it up to you and you hold it, and you want to kill. You want to shed blood. You want to feed this. And you see the door to your parents' bedroom ahead of you. And suddenly you wake. And Ayleen and Ester are stood above you, and you can see that the others are looking in your direction as you just lie on the ground. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please, Hazel?
$18.
You feel a presence in your mind. It is almost as though fingers reach into your skull and grab your mind. And you just shake your head a little bit as you look towards Ayleen and Ester, and you see, almost for a moment, beyond their skin, and you see their veins pulsating a deep, glowing red. And you shake your head a little bit, and the fingers leave your mind. Your friend's eyes are wide, Ayleen and Ester, as Hazel just looks up at you, and you can see that Jerry sits on your chest, Hazel, just nuzzling against your chin.
What just happened?
Are you okay?
Where are we?
We're in the farm.
Farm?
Hazel? Do you know who we are?
Ayleen?
Okay. Are you okay? Did you have a bad dream?
I just dreamed I was on my ship back home.
And I would turn to Mike. What did you do?
Didn't do anything. I was just getting bacon.
Do I remember what caused this, or was this just random?
Make just a straight wisdom check for me.
4. I have no idea what happened. I just woke up. I guess did I sleep here on the floor? This is weird.
Ed, did she move at all? Since
She fell. She fell down onto the floor.
so we would have seen her up already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you
You just fell together. You just dropped.
just fainted.
Faint? I don't faint. What are you
No,
talking about?
It was a lot yesterday. It's okay. It's okay. It's normal.
I
you
don't feel
feeling
so
okay?
well.
No? Do you need
I
some
want to
milk?
take a sip of rum.
No! And I would try to drag it away from her.
You know the drill by now? Make
Yes.
contesting dexterity checks.
Oh,
Straight
Hazel.
strength or
Dexterity. I'd say.
Haha, 20!
Nice.
I would take it from you.
Give it back, Ayleen.
No, we're not drinking alcohol again.
I don't
You
feel
know-
well. It's my medication.
It's
Not-
because
not in
of
the
all the
morning.
alcohol.
I
You
don't think
always
this is
drink.
good to drink in the morning. Okay.
No.
Oh,
I
is it
think this is
morning?
the reason you have this.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I would actually pour it empty on the
Hey,
floor.
don't do that. No.
Isn't that
Ayleen.
expensive though?
I
Okay.
don't care. It's not good for you.
Okay.
Ayleen, what are you doing? I don't like you. You're
Yes.
just like a mom
I
with
don't
your
care right
stupid
now.
rules.
As this is happening, you see Pastor Gleason just walk forward, and he's holding a bowl of water, and he just, is everything all right? Are you okay, Hazel?
Can I have a new bottle of rum, please?
I'm afraid I don't have any of that, but I have some water for you, and I am told that you like bacon, and he just brings forward.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Well, once we're done here, I suggest that we make a move. We've still got a little bit of time to kill before we get to Renoras.
I guess so.
Right, I'll go get the carts ready. Rest of you enjoy your breakfast. Lisa, Monty, thank you very much. And Harold, thank you for the breakfast. And with that, Mank just heads on out and starts to unhitch the horses and prepare the carts.
I would grab some breakfast and then go outside and watch him to make sure he's not leaving.
You watch, and he just makes sure the horses are well fed and sort of pats them and brushes them down, but doesn't seem to be doing anything untoward. So, is there anything anyone wants to do either before they set off or during the rest of the journey to Renoras?
I want to tell Esther about my dream.
Yeah. So.
Esther, you don't know me that well. I grew up on a ship. My parents were sailors, so we went everywhere. And I haven't been there in so long. Sometimes I think I will forget even how it looks like, but then those dreams, they just keep coming back, and I'm like on the deck, and there's this big chest with chains, and it's so scary.
Is it something you've seen before? Or is it like a memory, or is it just something that never happened that you're dreaming about, or what's?
I don't remember seeing a chest. It has this big weapon inside. I remember something about a bat-shaped something.
Bats.
I don't know.
Bats. Isn't that vampire stuff?
Vampires on my ship?
Aren't they bats? Vampire bats. I have some experience in bats and in vampires before. I've killed them a couple times.
You have?
I have actually, yeah. I got some.
Oh,
And I got specialization in vampires as well as giants. That was my secondary thing.
I'm gonna stay with you.
Yeah, but what I'm more curious about is the weapon.
Yeah, I think it was a sword.
Sword.
I'm not sure.
And how did it look like? Was it?
Black hilt.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it had like a bat on it. I don't remember. Maybe it's just a nightmare.
I remember yesterday when I was talking to Mac, and he had this thing in his hand, and it was a sword as well, and it was red. Was your sword red too?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe? Are you suspicious of Mank?
He says he's got a second quest. Whatever. He says he's doing something else as well as this. And it's with this thing to do that he has this pendant thing, right?
Pendant?
Yeah.
I remember seeing a pendant.
You do? You saw it too? Yeah, he's got it there, like under his.
Can I look at him?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Come on.
9.
You look over at him. You see no trace of it. He's just sitting on the cart and beginning to get ready to head off.
He's hiding it 100%.
He's
Keep a look.
hiding it?
Yeah, keep a lookout for it.
Where does he have it?
I don't know, like he just stuffed it somewhere in his pants or something. I don't know. He's got it though, and it's just something is weird. Something, and yeah.
Do you think he likes you?
No, he hit me yesterday. Hit me really hard.
He hit you?
Yeah, he hit me.
What?
Yes. Because I was mean to him. I told him that he's bald again. I keep telling him he's bald because I think
funny.
yes, he needs to hear it. So yeah, but yeah. So
I'll keep an eye out. I want to know more about this pendant you're talking about.
and these dreams you're having are really weird too. I think you should keep an eye out for those. Try to remember if you've seen this before, if you've experienced this before.
I don't
'cause
think so. I only have good memories about the ship. Not nightmares. The ship was great. The waves were really nice. The people were really nice.
Because I get these nightmares too. Like, I hear a giant screaming, and I just know it's the giant I don't like at all. It's a big giant, and I hear him screaming in my dreams all the time too. But it feels so real, right? Like,
Is he real?
he is real.
Have you seen him?
Yes, I was hunting him once, and he's the one that he killed a lot of my friends and family, and that's why I'm here now, because I led him to my place, you know. But
He killed
yeah.
your parents?
No, because I don't specifically have parents, but I killed my teacher. So you can say it's a teacher, kind of mentor teacher. Yeah, I miss her. Yeah. So
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, but that was not the point. My point was your part, your dreams. They can well be real. So be careful and try to remember them and tell me or Ayleen so we can try to figure this out maybe.
Okay, I'll tell you. I won't tell Ayleen. I don't know what
No.
she's gonna do with her stupid rules. Maybe she's gonna smack me across the face.
No, she's never gonna smack you. Never. She
I
wouldn't
don't
do
know.
She wouldn't do that. She
think?
smacks all the bad guys and all the bad boys. She should have smacked what's his name? Hansel.
He was a creepy man.
It was rude. It was rude. Should have
Do you-
smacked him.
Do you know if what's his name again? Mank? If Mank likes Ayleen?
No. I don't think so. I think Ayleen hates Mike.
Really?
I sincerely do. Yes. I think yeah. I don't think that's gonna work ever.
No?
No, she needs a good boy. You know, she needs one of those, how do you say this?
Monks from the monastery?
Yes, not
Elder
Mank.
Lucas.
We maybe Mank. Someone that's just called Mank. Not, yeah, a guy called Mank maybe.
Do you think if we find Mank a girlfriend, he'll be more kind to us?
Yes, some stuff to figure out with himself, I think.
Well, we can help him.
Maybe, because I think he's bitter because something happened to him and people have been mean to him and he is just being stupid right now.
Oh, he's being mean because other people were mean.
Yes.
So if we're
you-
really kind to him, maybe he's kind again. Is that not how
Maybe.
it works?
Yeah, it is. Maybe in more simpler sense, maybe, but I can't say. He might be lost forever. But Yeah.
He just wants money.
He said he's working for someone too. So
I want money too.
yeah, he said we might be able to meet his boss. We could ask Ayleen.
His boss? Who's his boss? He
I
has a
don't know.
boss?
He didn't want to tell him. It was another elf.
Elf? More
Yes.
elves.
Yes.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
They got such cute long ears.
Yes.
I like elves. I want to meet more elves and be friends.
We can ask Ayleen.
Eileen likes elves?
Maybe, I don't know. But just meet, like we could get jobs or we could learn more about all of this.
We can take more jobs if they pay.
Yeah, that's what they do.
They better pay good because we are real strong.
True. Yeah, we should ask Ayleen about it. I think she has to.
Eileen does everything for free. She doesn't care about money. Next time we're negotiating,
True.
we just distract Eileen, okay?
Okay.
You just send her away, and I'll just make sure that we get a lot of money.
True, actually true.
Is that a deal?
Yeah,
Esther?
okay. I can distract. I'm better at distracting. You're better at, I guess, doing the deal.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah.
settled.
Okay. Yeah.
So, is there anything that any of you are doing on the journey to Renoras as the carts set off? Are there any conversations you're having or anything that you're wanting to do?
Well, how's Monty doing?
Monty and his parents, sort of as everyone is stepping onto the cart, you see Monty just at a distance, just waving, and he walks up to you and, I hope you have a good journey to Renoras. We're gonna try and see what we can do here to make it a little bit safer.
What do you mean? You're not joining?
Well, this is our home.
But you have to join. You can't leave.
Between you and me, I wouldn't go to Renoras if I were you.
Why? Dangerous?
My dad says that the dead don't rest easy there.
What is that supposed to mean? We're gonna die? Are we gonna die?
Well, I think you'll be okay. You fought harpies, but just be careful, I guess. And if you're ever coming by here, it would be really nice to see you again.
Yeah, it would be really nice to see you. See? We're best friends, right?
Yeah, best friends. I made you and he reaches into his satchel and just brings out what looks to be like a small wicker bracelet. And I'm still learning, but I think that should fit.
Oh, thank you, Monty. That's nice of you.
That's okay. I can't make baskets yet or boxes, but I can make bracelets.
I will always think of you every day that I'm away.
Oh, well, I'll think of you too, Hazel van Dam of the Sea.
And when I come back, we're gonna kiss.
Oh, and you see him just go very, very red and just, oh, okay, if you want to, yeah, sure, and he looks back in the direction of his parents and he just, I need to help with the roof, but I hope you have a good trip. Bye. And he just turns and begins to walk away.
Bye, Monty.
Bye. And he heads back towards the farmstead. And you see the carts are now beginning to move off as Mank and Pastor Gleason head off at the front of the trail. So, you all head off, hitching a ride on your cart as well as the other three, and you continue north. You continue over long, plain, flat land, and mountains and forests in the distance. And as you continue on, the air becomes saltier and somehow more humid, as to your right, to the east, you see the large pallid lake in the distance, stretching off almost as far as you can see. And as you continue along the road with Mank leading the way, eventually you come to a bridge stretching over a long, long river that branches out from the pallid lake and off towards the west. You two, Ester and Hazel, you are not familiar with this area, but from your studying, Ayleen, you know that this is the Mist River. And true to its name, as you go over the stony, somewhat rickety bridge, all that is before you is fog and mist hanging over the ground. And as you get to the other side of the bridge, you see next to it a sign in the ground. There is a placard on it that simply says Renoras, 1 mile away. And underneath this, pinned against it, very dead and very rotting, you see a bat just pinned against the sign. And you continue on, continuing north along the road. And as you do so, the ground begins to get less grassy and less firm, and you see that all around it is becoming boggy and swamp-like. And steam floats off portions of the ground, and there are occasionally the odd as the ground just bursts forth, and noxious gases just float into the air. You see that the wheels of the carts begin to sink a little bit as you continue on, but you stick to the road. And as you continue on, with Mank leading the way, the air becoming heavier and more misty, eventually the mists part before you, and you see a town. On the edge of the pallid lake, or at least the rotted bones of one, all but sinking into the muddy edges of the pallid lake. You see grey houses, standing on wooden struts, each of them at crooked angles, with roofs made of black, broken tiles. One side of the town faces out onto the lake. It is open. But round the other side, you see pitiful wooden structures around the edges. It is a wall, a palisade that is built into the remains of stone walls that look like they once surrounded the entire town and are now broken and full of holes and patchy and crumbling. The side that looks out into the water, there are wooden piers that stretch out into the grey waters, with half-sunken fishing boats tethered along its edge, whilst further out from shore, silhouetted against the mist, you see small scaffolds out in the water itself. And as you look closely, you can see that in the mists, above the waters, there are bodies hanging from nooses in the wind. And all around the town, on one side, you see crumbling stone towers, each of which are propped up by beams and scaffolding, and a dilapidated bridge stretches across wet marshland to the town's entrance. A crooked stone arch that is cracked next to a great ruined watchtower, atop which you can see a rusted, unlit bonfire that just flickers in the grey mist. This is Renoras. It is miserable. It is barely a town, and you see shapes moving in the mist, citizens moving in the streets. And as you slowly get closer, you see that on top of the crumbling walls and the wooden palisades that stretch between the holes, you see guards patrolling the walls. And out front, in front of the gates, on the other side of the very, very poorly maintained bridge, you see around 5 mourning guard, each of them wearing purple robes, but all of the armor is rusted and dented with holes in, and you can see that their weapons are not much better. But as you approach, your cart's trundling along the cobbled, wet stones. One of the guards steps forward. He has a fairly frayed purple feather coming out of his helmet, and you see that it is barely intact as he steps forward and raises his hand. Hello, what brings you to Renoras? And Pastor Gleason goes, we are here on a goodwill mission. We're here with food for the town. That's good. My name is Captain Byron. I'm positioned here by the authority of Count Hieronymus Glomkin, leader of this town. If you're entering, it's going to be 5 gold. 5 gold for each of you. I don't make the rules. So pay as you enter. And Pastor Gleason just, yes, of course, and reaches in and brings out some gold, and one by one the carts trundle in until eventually the 3 of you on your cart are left, and Captain Byron steps forward, and you can see that underneath his helmet there is a thick greying beard, and he just looks up at all of you. 5 gold to enter for each of you.
Ayleen would immediately reach into her pocket and pick 15 gold that she has. Give it to him.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
I'm a kid. I get in for free, right?
No, little one, you do not. The Count takes all fees. Have a
Rude.
good time.
Who's the count?
Count Hieronymus Glomkin.
Hieronymus? What a stupid name.
Hazel.
I would watch your tongue if I were you, little one.
I apologize on her behalf.
Well, whatever your business is in the town, make it quick. And keep to yourself where you can. I would say that the people of Renoras don't much like visitors. You can have that one for free.
So expensive.
What was that, elf?
Nothing. We're going in.
She's half the size we are.
Yeah, my kid. He's just rude.
Yeah.
I would try to like nudge Esther and Hazel in without like them making any more trouble.
They're scamming us.
I'm just like pushing at this point.
You just sort of get your car, and the horse just continues on and trundles on through the gates. And as you make your way through, with both Hazel and Esther grumbling behind you, you see Captain Byron just turn. Welcome to Renoras. Hope you enjoy the stay. And as you trundle in, the gates close behind you. And that is where we are going to end this week's session. And next week, we're going to see what Renoras holds in store. Because it seems like a lovely place. But that is all we are doing for this week. We will be back again, same time next week, same channel, same time, same players, same GM. Thank you all so much for tuning in for another week. But before we finish, let's all go around and pitch what it is we're doing. Ayleen. Sorry, Arianna. Everyone.
So, good news. Next week, I'm the one streaming again, so we'll have a lot of issues again. Woo! So get excited for that one next week. You can find me at twitch.tv/Arianna. I'm going back to Sweden like this weekend, so hopefully I'll be back in my normal house soon enough. But yeah, nothing's planned yet. I do want to say big fat amazing thank you for again reaching the level 5 hype train in the start, and another Faith of the Gods like it's nothing, because it's actually a lot and we really appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Elina.
Yeah, thank you so much for all that, and thank you for being here. And I'm Elina, and it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm having a birthday stream tomorrow. Woo! I'm gonna be dressed up as a monkey. It's gonna be really fun. Yeah, I love monkeys. Okay, I'm a monkey in the jungle, so I'm gonna be dressed up as a monkey tomorrow. So if you want to come and say happy birthday, come in tomorrow. And thank you so much for today. It was really fun.
And Glosske.
Yes, you can find me on Twitch, Glosske. Oh my god, I literally died with the faith of the gods. Why? Oh my god, that was my god. I'm gonna dream about this. That was right in the feels. Holy, holy. What I'll be doing is I'll be streaming in the weekends in the morning. I'm your morning host. We'll be streaming World of Warcraft.
Lovely. And I'm Ed. I'm on a bit of a break from GMing at the moment, with the exception of this stream, which is every Thursday. There is some news to announce soon in regards to the other stream that I run, Dungeon Manager, and we're also going to be doing a second season of our Witchcraft and Wizardry campaign for Stories Told. If you haven't checked that out yet, please do so. I'm incredibly proud of it, and yeah, it's good fun. It's our Harry Potter charity campaign. But that's it for me. And sort of to echo what Arianna said, thank you all so much for helping us reach Faith of the Gods. Not only does it keep us on our toes narratively, but also it's incredibly generous. And the fact that week in and week out you allow us to continue telling these stories honestly means the world. So thank you so much. We will see you next week. But in the meantime, stay safe. We love you so much, and I hope your dreams are better than Hazel's, but we will see you very soon. Bye-bye.